Uh, Better this way. Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now? Hello? You should be able to hear me now. Good. Please don't turn your microphones on. All right, good. It's just so that you can hear me. Yeah, all right, good. Perfect. Very good. Just me this time around. Okay. All right. Very good. Let's just keep it that way. Oh yeah, honestly, Anna, I thought we had the last lesson. I thought so too. But as I was told, they are now, because some people have left some groups, and so right now we're trying to arrange groups again. That's what I was told today. Yeah, pretty much. We're trying to arrange groups back again. Yeah, with the people that we have at the moment. So we're trying to make groups out of that again, and that is what I was told. Pretty much that. Yeah, and that's it on that. So I called and I found that out. But the webinars, um, I was told it's going to be 1 week, like maybe this week or 1 week or a week and a half. But honestly, I don't know. I'm just following directions at the moment. Yeah, honestly, I think you just call and find out more about that. Okay, on a personal level. Yeah, you can hear my voice. My voice is a little bit maybe because I was ill, but anyways, that shouldn't stop us. I hope you can understand what I'm saying. Yeah. So that's it. Okay. All right. Pretty nice. We have like 6 people here. I see Olga. I see Bakan. Oh yeah, I know this person. Bakan Margarita. Good. I see. I see. Wojciech Anna. Yeah, I know Wojciech Anna. Yeah, exactly. Valotka Lubov. All right. Very good. Hi. I see Zhernievich Arsenia. I know this person too. Pretty regular here. And we also have Salov Vladislav and Shipko Elena. All right. So good evening to everyone. All right. So today we have a very nice topic that we're going to talk about right now, and it's pretty much what affects each and every one of us. Yeah, what affects each and every one of us. Um, we'll see how our happiness is affected by where we live. But first, just a general question. Do you does your environment, that's the place where you live, does it affect your happiness? What do you think generally about it? The place where you live, does it affect your happiness? A pretty general question, but what do you think about it? Yeah, does the place where you live affect your happiness? Some people feel, oh, when I'm in the country, that's not the part of the city close to the industrial area or the city, for example. They feel that they are happy there. Some people feel that, oh, um, I am I am happiest in the city, right? In the city. Okay, so you feel it affects it it has an effect on your happiness, the place you live. Okay, I see. Margarita says yes. Okay. Hmm. What about others? What do you think about that? Okay, if you're from from sunny places are happier. All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. And by the way, it is sunny today. Honestly, it is sunny today. Yeah. If you look at The, the rays of sun are really coming into my room at the moment. Yeah, could just show you a little bit of that. Um, Anyways, let's forget about that. Belarus is very dark. I think it's cold. So we should say cold. Yeah, it's let's say, but it's pretty bright. Yeah, it is pretty bright, especially maybe like today. Okay, not very hot, but it's pretty good. Okay, so you agree with me that places affect our happiness, right? Okay. So now tell me, let me just see. I just have two um places in mind. Where are you happy with what you have? Where are you happiest? Is it in your country or in the city? I know that most of you right now you live in Minsk, right? That's the city. Okay, but from time to time you move to the to the country, right? All right, or to your dacha. Okay, all right. So where are you happiest? Oh, sorry, where are you happier? In the city or in the country? Personally, for you, let's say. Just kind of a quick survey right now at the moment. Okay, in the city. Okay, Elena. One person said in the city. Okay, in the city. All right, that's a third person. Okay, don't worry. I will tell you about me. Let me just get 50-50. Okay, some advantages and disadvantages. All right, 50-50. Okay, so you can't really tell. All right, let's see. Mm. So I would say comfortably that 80% of you feel that or believe that you are happier in the city, right? Okay. Well, that's pretty good. All right, exactly. Yeah, what about me personally? I've been to the dacha, to some other people's dachas, of course. I don't have my own dacha here yet. And and I don't know. I felt that it depends on the period of time. I can't be there for a very long time. Yeah, I can't be there for a very long time. I like it when it is lively, when it is energetic, and the city gives that vibe. That's that vibe of energy, and things are moving, people are doing things are happening. All right, and that's it. And the internet is faster, of course. So for me, I think overall, I am happier in the city. Yeah, personally, I am happier in the city. But if it's for a brief or short visit, yeah, exactly. It might change a little bit, but on the whole, I am happier in the city, and that's for me personally. So, yeah, good. But today we know a lot about the city. All right, we know lots of things about the city because most of us we live in the city at the moment. But right now, I'm going to take you to the country. I want you to try to imagine um what are the things that people love about the country. What are the things? Of course, we love some things about the country, all right, of course, but some of us or most of us we are happy in the city. But what are the things that people still the advantages, as Anna said, about the country? What are those advantages that sometimes people just want to go there? Nature, good, very nice. That's one very good. Fresh air, good. What else? We silence. Exactly. All right. So silence. I would like okay the atmosphere again. I would understand the silence as let's say peace and quiet, right? exactly as we would say in English. Like sometimes we say we make sentences like this. Let me just write it here. So, so I just mm, like I just want some peace and quiet. All right, pretty much exactly. So I think that's what's more of the silence that you're talking about. This nature just around you, the sound of birds. All right. Barbecue, open places, exactly. Mm-hmm. You get that's pretty much it, right? Good. Stress free, right? It's stress free. Yeah. Sometimes you just go there, you don't feel that you have to. Um, you're relaxed in the village, right? Yeah, pretty much. I would say that stress free. No, you're not. It's quite the opposite. Okay. All right. Now let's see. Let's try to add more words to that because we know a lot about the city, but let's see what about the country? What words do we need to know about the country? And to start with, most times when you go to the country, maybe you're driving or maybe um you're just walking. Sometimes you see an area of land, all right? Okay, sometimes you see an area of land that that the grasses are not so wild, but a little bit. They're a little bit grown, and you see flowers. Just this area of land. It's not like a garden that someone's planting something there. But you see that those grasses they have grown a little bit wild, and you see flowers. Yeah, so it looks something like oh, good, very nice. Someone is filming also. Okay, all right, good, very nice. Meadow, good, perfect. So that's what we call it. Let me just share my screen and show it to you right now. Exactly, I'll be going straight to the dictionary so that we see these words out clear up. Let me just share screen, open browser, tab, but perfect, good, very nice. So pretty much something like this. All right, something as beautiful as this. So this is mostly the sight you normally see, right? When you go um to the country, you see things like this. A plot of land, and the grasses grow a little bit wildly, and flowers there. So this is the meadow, all right? Meadow. Okay. And that is a noun, okay? So that is a noun. And if you just look at it, the pronunciation first, let's see. So see, the first thing it's a noun. You see the C or U, that's countable or uncountable. All right. So if it is countable, it means you can add S here. Meadows. All right, good. So you can add S there. And uncountable, you can also say it without S, like we see in our example here. All right. There was a path through the meadow to the village. If you look in our picture, you can see what the path is. All right, so this is pretty much a path. All right, this road exactly, and that is the path, which is normal for our country then. Exactly. So you see a path there, people can pass there on that path. Sorry, on that path. You can go to one other village or some other. Mostly it joins those villages or areas together, and that's it there. So this is the meadow, right? Good. All right. Okay. So normally in places like this in the country, you might see other things. What things might you see in this place? Normally, when you go to your country or your village, what other things apart from just the grass, the flowers? What things can you see in this place? can just imagine yourself here in your country and you see this meadow. What other things can you see around here? Okay, let's see. So normally you might see trees around there. Okay, so we have trees. Okay, some trees. What other things might you? Is it possible for you to see here? What things do you think is possible? Insects very nice, of course, exactly. Places like this, those insects they just fly freely, right? If you look closely, you might see some of them on the flowers here, right? Get very. What else? Is it possible for you to see animals? Some small animals there? To see some animals exactly. Sometimes you can see cows there. Good, very nice, perfect, good. So you can see cows there. Good. All right, good. Now linking everything up. So you see some animals, for example, cows. Good. Yeah. So cow, is it male or female? Cow. Is it male or female when we say cow? Are we talking about the male or the female? Exactly. So what about the male? How would we call the male? Good, very nice, bull. Thank you very much. Oh, perfect. Oh, very good. So that's it. So cow is the female and bull is the male. Sometimes we have this type of cows that have that's their horns are quite long. All right, their horns are quite long. How do we call them? Yeah, it's quite popular for you to see those type of cows. Let me just write it here. So English is quite easy. All right, as you can see, I'm just writing in the word there. We have the longhorn. Good. And if you look at it, if you look at it carefully, oh come on, don't like all of this. But look at it here. So longhorn. Good. So pretty much this is the horn. There's a long O sound then, right? So this is the horn, as we can see. So it has two horns, all right? And we just call it a longhorn because it has a long horn. That's all. Yeah. So you see, it's a cow from the breed with long horns. Exactly. So we just call it the longhorn there. Quite yeah. Are this type of cows popular here in Belarus? Do you have longhorn cows? Like this breed, the Longhorn. Do you have these breeds in Belarus? Yeah, because we have this, especially in Nigeria, we have lots of these. Exactly. But what about in Belarus? Do you have any idea about it? Or we're all city guys completely? Yeah, are you serious? For the very first time, you've never seen a cow like that. Exactly. Yeah, I see. Yeah. But we have these in Nigeria. That I'm very sure. Yeah, we have these in Nigeria with long horns, like pretty long horns. Sometimes people use them to do different things. Sometimes it's used for some traditional cups. Yeah, especially the big horns. Exactly. Sometimes used for some traditional or for some like pretty much different things that it is useful. All right. Okay. And what other things could you find? Back to the other picture. What other things could you find in a meadow? What other things? Remember what we said a meadow is? It's this picture. What other things could you find here in a meadow apart from cows? So we are now getting to animals, right? Let's now see. Apart from cows, what other things could you find here? So you can imagine some countries like I don't know, maybe like the UK. You just go to the country and find some other types of animals that are here. Those ones that run very fast. Yeah, We would say a horse. Is it possible for you to find horse here? Very, very, very possible. All right, that's maybe not in Belarus, maybe in some other areas. Exactly. So you might find horses. Exactly. Yeah, because sometimes we have some in places like this in the open place, you might have some farms there, and the one for horses, um, places where we keep horses. Can anyone tell us what that is? Let me just type it here for you quickly. So that's um, that this one. Perfect. Okay. Um, good. Very nice. So that's it. Pretty much a stable. Okay. So in some places like this, people, um, this one is quite different. Exactly, places where you can find these horses. There is a stable, all right, pretty much. So you might find them close to those areas, like places like this, and yeah, the place where you keep horses. All right, stable. Yeah. Okay, so of course we have male and female horses, and the the male horse. What do we call it? Sometimes you see it in films. The male horse. What do we call it? Remember, it is the male one is the one that has the mane. Exactly, the mane. So this should be a male horse. Pretty much, it has this mane. Yeah, just like a lion too. That's Mane. It has the mane and also falling down there. Exactly. That's normally the male horse. Yeah, it has that and pretty longer. Yeah, yeah. So the male horse in the English language, does anyone know what that is? Let me just. So I'm going to use the Cambridge Dictionary right now. I'll just be typing in the new vocabularies just to open your mind to these things. Sometimes maybe you might not have heard it before, but just to open your mind to this. I'm going to type in the dictionary so that you see, confirm everything, and with stuff. So the male horse we call it as a stallion. I mean, I'm writing in here so that I check um my spelling too and everything. All right, so that's it. Good. So that's it. The stallion. UK is countable. It means you can count it, and that's the male horse, the stallion. All right. You see the short R sound. Remember, it's R. It's not air. Stallion. All right. Good. All right. An adult male horse that is used for breeding. Oh, this is the main point. Adult male horse. Right. Good. All right. So, if the stallion is the male horse, what about the female? I'm very sure some of you have seen it already. The dictionary is asking us to compare, right? Exactly. And let's check if it is the female horse. Yeah, that's we have here. So the male is the stallion, all right, and the female, the dictionary is asking us to compare this other one. Let's check it and see. Oh, it might be the female horse. All right, let's see. Let's see. Open up. Ooh, exactly, it is. Exactly, it is. And as you have noticed, it doesn't have the mane there. Yeah, the horse doesn't have the mane. It has little bit, but not almost here. Yeah, exactly. That's the adult female horse. But the male one really has this over, over, over here. I think that's one of the differences. That's yeah, exactly. Apart from other ones that you can always find. Yeah, let me make this picture bigger. So it has a little bit, yeah. But the male has more. Yeah, it normally has more coming down there. I think that's the little difference between the stallion and the mare. The mare, right? Just check the pronunciation. Just mare, and your schwa sound there. So pretty much that. And our stallion. It sounds like Stalin, but all right. But anyways, you know what I am talking about exactly. So that's it, and that's about the horse, and you might find them there. So what have we talked about? You said that horses stay in a stable, right? Pretty much. They are normally in a stable. Stable, exactly. You said that a male horse is the stallion, and the female horse is the mare. Okay, good. How many of you like? How many of you go horse riding? Because I think that's one thing that really happens in the country. You know, people normally go horse riding there because a lot of places. How like? Oh, let me just start with this. How many of you can ride a horse? Oh, I see. Not a lot. Okay. Okay. Well, let's see. Let me ask about your personal experience in life. How many of you have ever ridden a horse? Okay. Not a lot of us then. Okay. Okay, so you have tried once, exactly. Me too, I think I've also done the same thing. I tried once, and how was it? And how was it? How was it? How did you feel? Were you afraid? Were you frightened? And what type of horse was it? Could you identify? Was it a stallion or was it a mare? Which is the female horse? Which one was it? Do you still remember which one? Okay. So what I have just noticed here is that most of us um yeah, like we are really city people, so no horse riding. We drive cars or our scooters or pretty much other things like like that. Yeah, okay, all right. So you don't remember what type of horse was it? Okay, no big deal about it. All right, there is no no problem whatsoever. Okay, very good. And going on with this. So normally, people in the country they normally have their farm. Farm is where they do lots of things, take care of plants or animals, right? Okay, they breed them, breed them. All right, that's pretty much take care of them or breed. You can also use this word too. It's also pretty good. hmm Yeah. So all right. So this is it. You can use this word. It is a verb. Let's look at the pronunciation. The first one, breed. All right. So breed, bread. All right. So it's a verb, action. And what does it mean? Oh, B2. Yeah. But anyways, you are getting there. To keep animals for the purpose of producing young animals in a controlled way. All right. Exactly. So um, you people breed animals. So if you breed, like for example, right, the main income comes from breeding cattle. Cattle is pretty much, cow, and yeah, so that's it. Yeah, and that's it. So, but in Belarus here, what animals do people normally breed? I know it should be I've heard of breeding like cow, but what about chicken? Chicken. What animals do people breed here? I think chicken should be part of them. Like when you go to your dacha or do you pigs, good, very nice pigs. Exactly. What other animals do people breed there? Which is very common here in Belarus. Ducks, all right, get very nice, exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly. Mm-hmm. Oh, but I went to goats, all right, very good, exactly. That's pretty much part of it, exactly. Pigs, someone had mentioned that. Is it popular for people to, breed horses here? Like when you go to the exactly sheep, all right, very good. Rabbits, yeah, I think I have, yeah, rabbits too. Mhm. I think even people even do it here, but I think the ones they do here is just like a pet. They're not pretty much you know breeding it because when we breed, we keep it. Our main goal is to produce young animals, right? Yeah, when we breed, our main goal is to produce young animals, and that's what we do by breeding. Hmm. Cats, dogs. All right, exactly. All right, yeah, exactly. Gotcha. Yeah, people do that to cats too. Exactly, cats the pretty much popular. Exactly, and those type of animals that people normally breed like this. Huh? No, okay, I see. I see. Okay, yeah, and those animals that people breed, we just call them farm animals, right? Yeah, so farm animals, just like farm. All right, those are the type of animals that people breed. All right. Yeah, farm animals, or we have another name for them. Well, let's use our dictionary. Domestic. Hmm. So we have this, right? See the word there? Domestic animals. All right, domestic animals. And what are they? Ooh. An animal that is not wild and is kept as a pet or to produce food. All right, pretty much so. Yeah, so it can be a pet or to produce food. And that's pretty much what people normally do. So we go for this domestic animals, right? Good horses, exactly. Heap, yeah, right? Yeah. For me personally, I like. So let's not imagine. I know most of you are in the city, good, but imagine if you lived in the country. Like, what animals would you love to breed? Personally, if I had the means, like maybe the money or nothing is in the way, I would love to breed horses. I don't know, I just love horses. Like, just love like like riding. Like, I don't know, it would be so amazing. Yeah, just find some meadow, and or pretty much so a large piece of land. All right, good, and they just ride around. Just very, very, very fast. I don't know. It's just. But what about you personally? What animals would you breed if you had a choice? What animals? I see. Maria said sheep. Oh, sorry, geese, right? I see. Why? Is there anything particular about them that you would like to, breed them? Just imagine you have a dacha, you're like, family there, you have this meadow, all right, you have the land, okay, you have the money, that's like, finance. Okay, what animal? For me personally, I said a horse. All right, I don't know why I love horses. I think it's, chicken. All right, exactly. Why? Is it for food? Pretty much so that. Do you love chicken? Yeah. For me, horse is not going to be for food, of course. I don't know. Yeah, I would just like to, train a horse. I think the feeling is quite exciting. Yeah, for you to have a horse, just touch it, like, yeah. Because sometimes they can be wild. Like, yeah, they, oh, chicken, they're cute. How fantastic. Well, fantastic. Cute where? Exactly. Is it cute in soup? Or maybe cute just for you to look at it. Maybe it's cute and so well, it looks cute. Ah, or which one? Goat, all right, exactly. So like take care of goats. Okay. All right. So you said geese, and now you are saying goats. All right. What is it about goats that you like? Tasty, right? Oh, I see. So it was cute in soup. All right. Oh, yes, exactly. Eggs too. Good. Very nice. Exactly. To have good eggs. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I used to do that too. No, right. Good. Now, since we are all about chicken, right? I see that lots of people love chicken. So lots of us, we love chicken, and we're talking about the country. Yeah, words that we use, with the, country. So we talked about a place where we keep, or pretty much the building, or the farm where we keep um horses, right? Which is my favorite, of course. For now, yeah, if I would um do such a thing, um I would keep horses pretty much if I had the chance. All right, but what about for chicken? What do you call the the farm or kind of the place where we keep chicken? Don't try to pronounce anything I write here before you see the pronunciation. All right, just look at it and just smile first. And when we see the pronunciation, then we try to pronounce. All right. So I want that to be your habit. Okay, good. First, look at the transcription. See p, u, ho, whole, poultry. Two syllables, pretty much. First one, poultry, poultry. You can repeat after me, all right? Poultry, poultry, poultry. This is very important because it gives you confidence. You see the word and you've got your pronunciation. Of course, we can see the meaning. Let's just start with the meaning so that you know that I'm not just giving you any random word. So birds such as chicken that are used that are bred for their eggs. All right. So pretty much we have a poultry farm. Anything poultry. It's just about okay. So some some poultry farmers keep turkeys and ducks as well as chickens. All right. And most of us we talked about that, right? Exactly. So we talked about that. Yeah. So pretty much meat from birds, just such chicken. Everything about birds, keeping birds is is poultry. We have seen the American is kind of all poultry, yeah, but the British is poultry, yeah. So pretty much little difference there, but it's the same thing there, all right? So where we keep animals, sorry, birds, all right, the farm for their eggs or meat, all right, good. It's pretty much poultry, yeah, and that's it. All right, very nice. Okay, okay. So let's now move on to something else. Oh, missed my thoughts, my line of thoughts. Okay, good. So we're talking about things that we can find in a meadow, right? Exactly. And we said horses. We can find insects. We talked about cows, all right? Both the male and the female one, and we also talked about our horses, male and female, all right? Okay, which is our the male stallion and the female mare, all right? Good. And we have that, and we also have our chicken too. So what about the chicken? So when we say chicken, which one is it? Is it male or female? Female. Good, very nice. And what about the male one? How is it called? Anybody? Female? Anyone? Okay, very nice. Exactly. Exactly. Cock. All right. Good. All right. So that's it. Exactly. All right. So that's it. Pretty much. Yeah. That's the cock. Good. Yeah. It also has another name, which was even yeah the one I even had in mind. Oh, it's U.S. All right. Pretty much. Yeah. Okay, so that's the rooster. It also has another name, so you can say the cock, or you can say the rooster, right? The adult male chicken. Good. And one interesting thing about the dictionary, you know how to, know. So they crow, right? Crow. Yeah, when you hear the sound. Pretty much that sounds like what they, do. But of course, in English, we say differently. Yeah, but that sound that they make, they crow, right? So that's it, pretty much. All right, very good. Now, what other animals do we have there? Someone mentioned the pig. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah. Someone mentioned the pig. So right now, I'm not going to go deep into details about the young ones because you might forget. I just let me just say male female for a start, all right? Male female for a start, just for this lesson. Of course, you can check others like you have the in like you have the files there like yeah, good. So you can check others, but just right now I'm just trying to keep it very simple so that you can remember something after this lesson at least. Okay, good. All right. So now, so we've talked about the chicken. All right. Okay. Now let's go to let's take one more about that. And which one should that be? Mm, let me take the one that is quite difficult. All right. Good. Sheep. What about that? Sheep. So the male. Okay. Very nice. Okay. Okay. So if we look here in the dictionary right now, um, so the sheep is pretty much general for it. Yeah, the sheep is pretty much general for it. Here we don't see male or female for that. Yeah. So this one is pretty much general for it. Yeah, just sheep, sheep. That's all. Yeah. Mhm. And one thing that's very interesting here is for you to look at this plural sheep. That's one thing I want to show you here about this one. All right, so you never hear us say sheeps, even if there are many. Most times they, you know, yeah. So you would only hear something like a flock of sheep, right? A flock of sheep. That is the only thing you're going to hear, which you see here, flocks. A flock, two flocks, flocks of sheep, which is the group, right? Good. And that is what you are going to hear about that. Yeah. But we also have this. 1 minute. I'll show you. You might look at that word and you might want to pronounce it, but you shouldn't go. You shouldn't go to it yet first. You have to check the pronunciation. This word is pronounced you, pretty much. You, like you. All right, I'm not saying you're a female sheep or anything, but this is how the female one is called. All right, exactly. Female is called you. All right. You see, for example, that's female sheep. All right, it's called you. Just you, and that's it. Yeah, an adult one. Okay, I think that is the one that is I pretty wanted to talk about. Yeah, that was you, and yeah, and the male one. Oh, honestly, I forgot. Honestly, I forgot the male one. Yeah, yeah, forgot the male one. Skipped my memory. Yes. Oh, this one is that one's big. All right, don't worry. But maybe that will be later. But you can always check that online. Okay, I'm going to check that after this. That those things. But how is it in Russian? Oh, exactly, ram. What I was thinking about ram. Exactly. I was thinking too far. Yeah, ram. Thank you very much. Thank you. Good. Yeah, I just keep my memory. Yeah. Awesome. Okay, so that is the male one, a ram. Good. So ram, and we have the ewe, which is the female one. All right. Good. Perfect. Fantastic. Good. All right. Now let's now move to something else. About the farm. Normally, as we talked about the meadow, right? I'm repeating these words so that you don't forget them. I'm using them also in my speech so that you don't forget them. So we talked about the meadow, right? Which is pretty much what your farmland or your field might look like, right? The grass, often wild, grown, grown wild, which is what it might look like. But you have to do something about it, of course. And how can you, if you want to use this land, you want to do something, you want to plant something, you can plant it like this. So what do you normally do in this case? Normally, you have this machine that and normally you have petrol there, and you just cut the grass. That machine does the job for you. How do you call that machine? The tractor. All right. Okay. That's we have the tractor like somebody's driving it. All right. Go. And we have this one that you just have to push on the ground. Just it has tires. You just roll it, roll it, roll it, roll it on the ground, and it's cutting. Let me just write for you. The action that the person is doing is to mow. All right. Let me just write it then. Mow. That's the action. Mow. All right. To cut grass, such as no, to cut plants such as grass or wheat that have long or thin stem. The stem is that part you see coming out like this. Stem and grow close together, right? So that's what you do. You mow. That's the action. And as English is quite easy, we have mower. Okay, so that's what we call it pretty much exactly. If it has petrol in there, it's called a petrol. Um, wait, let me make it bigger. Copy it very nice. So this one uses petrol. I think this is the petrol tank. Yeah, so it's called a petrol mower. All right, good. And you can see our meadow, all right, and the petrol mower is used to cut the grass. Yeah, so that's it. That's what we see there. Exactly. So that's the mower, right? That's used to cut grass. This is more fashionable way, all right? Yeah, but you remember those days we didn't have the mower, right? We didn't have this this equipment. People used to use different things to cut grass. For example, a type of knife, that has wide blade knife like this, exactly used to cut the grass. Quickly, let me just type it here. Don't try to pronounce it first. Let's look at the pronunciation of it. All right, exactly. Now, three syllables and machete, machete, and that's it. So we see the which is the schwa sound, and we see machete. Good, pretty much this. And this is what I am talking about. They normally use to cut grass. All right, pretty much something like this. A large knife with wide blade used for cutting trees, plants, or even as a weapon. Pretty much grass type of plant that you can also use as cord. So this was the old traditional way of doing things before we got to the mower. We started and smiling. All right, so that was it pretty much. Yeah, we used to do it this way. Yeah, so that's have like wait a minute. Let me see. Have any of you ever used machete? Have you ever used machete? Have you ever used it before? No, come on, like seriously, honestly, honestly, you guys live like, yeah, you live. How would I even describe it? You live You are living the good life. You are living the good life. Yeah, pretty much you are living good life. No suffering whatsoever, just enjoyment all through. It's pretty much all through. Oh, come on. How fantastic. I'm so happy for you guys. Yeah. I'm so happy for you guys. Is it hard? Pretty much the learning process is quite might be quite stressful, but the feeling you feel, after that is quite stressful, of course. If you have a large, field, for you to cut. Yeah. But I have done it before. I think um w- we had this piece of land like our house, so we had this large area of land, and we had it fenced around. So we had fence and a gate, a big gate. So we had this piece of land, and I I, I used to cut it first. My dad used to do the cutting, yeah, or normally at the weekend, and then I was like, oh come on, I should help him out. So I also decided to. So he pretty much taught me how to cut the grass using this machete. So that's it. So I also used it and I cut the grass too. Yeah. And then after that, I became older, and I started doing it myself. So I think it just take me like 2 hours. I'll just cut the whole piece of land like wow, 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 pretty fast. An interesting life. It's just experience, I just know I know how to do it. It's just experience. Yeah. Oh yeah, pretty much exactly. But the mower too also does a very good job too. Yeah, I think later on we started using the mower before we um we used that land to do something else. So that's pretty much it. That's pretty much. I cannot go through all the words. Of course, you're going to forget them. Exactly. So let's just do a quick recap. Let's try to revise what we have just learned. Just tell me something you've learned. Three words that you've learned. Maybe it's the name of the animal. Maybe it's the place. All right. Of or the thing about the farm. What? Just mention three words that you have learned. Exactly. At least three words that you have learned. You should just. Of course, you're not going to. You're not able to remember everything that we have talked about, but at least three things you can go home with that you personally have learned, and try to write what they are. All right. For example. So if you write a stallion, you should write a male horse, right? Pretty much something like that. Okay, good, very nice. Okay, even if someone has written what you learned, you can also still write it then. Mm, it's personal. Good, very nice. Okay, good, very nice. Yeah, mow, the action, mower, and you, right? Oh, I see. Someone loved that you. Without checking the pronunciation, there is no way on earth you can know that that word is you. There's no way on earth you can know that that word is you. I still remember when I was a child. This was always in our dictation. They're like, okay, you. Oh, and we will write Y-O-U. Like, but the teacher would tell us. Yeah, yeah. To crow, it's normally about the cock. Exactly. Yeah, it's normally about the cock. Yeah, so that's what they do. Other birds, they have other sounds, and with their sounds, we also we also yeah. So some birds like for example, some birds quack, some birds lots of things, but the cock crows. Yeah, that is fine. Okay, good, very nice. So I see Longhorn, I see you, I see um Machete, good. I see Meadow, you, Stable, perfect, good, very nice. That we have learned today. Okay, yeah, okay. So the main aim is just for you to get something, at least three things that your mind has been open to. All right. Of course, if if you are in this field, you might learn more, right? about it. Okay, but at least three things. Very good, perfect, good job. Okay, all right, yeah. And one other thing that is also in your grammar, the grammar part that you have to do. Let me just put that up here. Let's go. The grammar part that you also have to do. Um, so that I was continuous. Yeah, pretty much. So now, just tell me, in your mind, uh, why do we use present perfect continuous? In your mind, do we need it? Present perfect continuous, which is a grammar rule for this lesson. Why do we need it? What is the construction of present perfect continuous? Can someone just write it here, just down there? Let's see the construction. Present perfect continuous. Okay. Exactly. Good. Very nice. Thank you very much. That's Elena. Exactly. She called good. Perfect. So that's it. Pretty much. Very correct. Have been and your verb ing. All right. Good. That's it. Anything present, perfect. Anything with perfect. Yeah. Exactly. It needs that have and the V3. All right. It has to be there. Exactly. Mm-hmm. The have the V3 and the other one is the continuous, which is ing. All right, good. All right. Of course, continuous means the V3 has to be been. So have been doing good. And what does it mean? Is it just talking about something that is happening in the present for a long time, or what is it talking about? What is the idea behind this present perfect continuous? Action in the past. Um. Hmm. Let's modify that answer. It started in the past and we're doing it nowadays. Good. Perfect. I think this is a complete answer. All right. So something that started in the past and it's still true now. Okay. Good. Very nice. One other thing I want you to know about this present perfect continuous is that in English, normally we use the continuous with action verbs like do. So action verbs. All right. So that's it. And action verbs are normally not verbs of feeling. All right. Normally. I didn't say always. So good. All right. So for example, I live in Belarus, right? Or in Minsk. I started in the past. That was 6 years ago. And I am still living now. And I want to stress that part so I can say, so what can I say, for example? I started living in Minsk 6 years ago. And I still live there and I still live there now. So how can I say that using the present perfect continuous? We can write that quickly for us. Good. All right. So good. I think this one. Yeah, exactly. So it's ing, right? Exactly. Have. Good. Very nice. Perfect. So it's present. It has to be have, all right? It's present perfect. So I have I have been living, all right, in Minsk for. So the complete answer was this one, all right? Complete answer was pretty much exactly that was Elena, right? I've been living in Minsk for 6 years, all right? So duration of time for, if you talk about the since, right? Since 2014, all right? Exactly. That's since 2014. Good. So that's it pretty much. And that's all you have to know about this, all right? Exactly. Okay. Good. So for me right now, something started in the past, I want to highlight that it continues up till now, where like normally our action verbs we just have in mind, so it's not so we don't action action verbs. Let's talk about the non-action verbs, the ones you have to remember. Have, all right? So we don't say normally having, but we know that's for possession, right? If we talk about have for like for eating or drinking, which is like have dinner, is quite different. But have for possession, right? So like I have a computer, I can say I've been having, all right? So I have this computer. That's it, all right? So that is it. So with most of the verbs that you know, you would be able to use the present perfect continuous. All right. Everything goes on with practice. All right. If you make some mistakes, you're gonna learn, and you just store that in your head. Okay. So that's all we have for today. Pretty much that's all we have for today. And about that, I wanted to show you yeah about this. So do you have questions about your homework and like how you go about it or something like that? Let me just share the screen. Let me just go through that again. Teaching, teach based. Okay, your lessons, all right? Pretty much these are your lessons. Hmm. Let me just show you how I got there. Ouch. How I got there. Let me just do that quickly. Exactly how I got there. So this is what you see normally when you students. Student. Let me be student. Oh no. All right. But anyways, let's just go through it together. So courses, exactly. So move down to this, press this pencil pretty much here. Hmm. That's how it goes about with mine. And I go to the lesson I'm talking about. So for us today, our lesson was pretty much this one. Okay. So there you have all the materials here. You have the videos here, which I didn't play today, but you can always look at that. You have the grammar and vocabulary quiz. You just tap on it, and you do the exercise. All right. You type your answer in here. For example, we can go home. All right. Present perfect to present perfect continuous. All right. Let's see. So we can go home, mend. Okay. So what will we put here? So this one pretty much, as we say, present perfect, it's for more like results. This one is more like the continuation, all right? To show that it continues. So personally, for this one, since they talk about three cars, it's about result. Exactly. So we're trying to highlight the result here. Okay. Um, I would choose the present perfect. So we have mended three cars today. All right, pretty much that's present perfect. We have today time, but it's present. It's about the present, so it's perfectly okay. All right. Couldn't be yesterday or anything else. So I have mended, or we have mended three cars today, and that'll be pretty much how it's going to be here. We've mended three cars today, because here they're highlighting the results. If I say we have been mending three cars today, it shows it's more like in the morning we did three cars, then maybe in the afternoon we did three, and maybe like we have always been doing, three, 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 three. And that's not the sense of this sentence. So one other thing you also have to remember about the present perfect is that it's about results. Okay, and the present perfect continuous, it highlights the continuation. All right, good. In So that's one thing you also have to know. So apart from this one using mostly this one normally action verbs, and non-action verbs you have to use this. You have no choice. But if it is results, it's present perfect. Shows you done, done. The present perfect continuous is not all about just being done. It's about the fact that it's continuous. All right. Okay. Yeah. So it's trying to highlight the continuation, and this one is highlighting more the result. So if you have things like, I don't know, numbers and stuff like that, it possibly go to the present perfect there for result. So you just do that. You just try these exercises, and it will be sent to me. I have to go and sit and check all these all the check the homeworks too. So that's it. Any question about that, you can always ask me in the next lesson, okay? And let's see how we can go about it. All right, so that's all for today. Thank you very much, and okay, good. So thank you very much. So as I know this is going to so for any other questions, you can call the manager. I think they will have more information for you personally, exactly on this. But what I've been told, anymore, you have to keep this on for at least one more week while we put students in their groups. Exactly, and that's what I was told. Yeah. Yeah, you too. See you on Wednesday. You are welcome. You are welcome. See you. See you. All right. Do take care. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you very much. You're welcome, Anya. Goodbye. Goodbye. Goodbye.